on the button. We're live. We got thumbs up. We got it. We got it. Bring it on. Come on, guys. Everybody, thumbs it up. Thumbs
you got 3 people watching.
What the hell is this? Oh,
that's
this
the
my
top.
plate.
That's the white.
That's my plate. You got.
I'm gonna plate it on there.
Let's see if we can get this to make sure that this is going to work. Sorry for the delay, everybody. We're just making sure everything's up and running here. We got a special guest today. You guys have all been waiting. Live now, okay. I was on the wrong damn thing. I was on the wrong damn thing. All right, we're doing better now. Now we're cooking. 10 speed, you're on the wrong spot. All right, I gotta go back for a second, hang on. Oh, sugar. All right, you guys got a good morning, Mark. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Oyster to you all. It's a shitty day out there. 10 speed, you're back on. All right, sorry about that. 10 speed, I was on the wrong, who knows? I was gonna go on the laptop and then I was gonna go on the phone, but I couldn't figure it out on the laptop, and we got our engineering extraordinaire. Good morning, Jimmy Frozen is not available at the present moment. I might have to cut it real short, real quick, because I might have to go to the house, because being the landlord, whatever. I got a problem with the drain pipe, Mr. Real Estate Man. Can you help me? You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, we might have to leave. We might have to leave kind of quick. So, you know, whatever. If that's the case, that's the case. It's all good. If I'm sorry. Bring it on home. How about you? So, thanks, guys, for tuning in. So, what do we got? We got special guest. Dun, 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 dun. You've all been waiting. There he is.
Yeah, right.
He hasn't changed. He hasn't changed one little bit. He's still got the beard. He's still the man. There he is. So, Fred, good to see you. You guys have all been dying to see Fred. Fred is here. Fred the happy clam. Oh, yeah. Fred's always happy.
Yeah, right.
Fred's always happy. So, Fred and I, we were working this week. We got our transit on our boat bracket thing fixed. We got it in. It was kind of a pain in the ass. Got in there.
Yeah. Big piece of 1/4-inch steel box. Fabricated. You
can go over to Freddie's Facebook and you can see what he took a picture on there. I didn't do too much. I didn't broadcast it that much. So Freddie did.
Fabricated by the famous Ed Furman.
Eddie Furman. Yeah, he fed, yeah.
Up the road.
Worked good. Hey, it fit right in there, man. The key was we made this cardboard template ahead of time that was dead nuts perfect. Fred and I, we both engineered the thing, and then we took the template to the man template fixed it, and it didn't need much grinding at all. Today's weather is crappy and rainy and shitty, but what are you gonna do? I'll tell you one thing that's a little bit weird. It's really weird. It's really weird that there's the template. Notice, see, this angle here had to be just right.
Had to be out dead nuts. That'd be perfect.
This is not a 90 degree here.
Right.
This is not 90. Up a little. There you go. And then this angle here and this little notch. Actually, it went like that.
Yeah.
And it was primo. It was all about the template, man. The template is what did it all.
Stainless bolts.
Stainless bolts we put in there. We had to drill the hole through. It was
right.
A 5-hour project, man.
Yeah, stainless special skid on the bottom so that the bolt heads don't pull through the bottom of the boat with the mush.
So then, after we got that bolt thing taken care of, we got our motor back on. Here, I'll switch it around here so you can see.
Went back on.
Motor's back on. Motor's on. Everything's good. We're in good shape over there. I don't know how much action I can't really show you where that bracket is because it's down underneath the.
Right under the
Underneath the floor.
And then then you put the floor for the console to move the wires because we couldn't take the wires out of the box.
That's correct. We cut that out. I got that. We got our thing taken care of. It looks like we got that mapped out. This was earlier in the week, and then I had to work for Great Gun a couple of days, and of which it was beautiful outside.
Yeah,
I can't
nice.
wait. I can't wait to get our own site up and running. I just can't. It was so beautiful yesterday. It was lovely outside. We harvested a bunch of oysters and whatnot. We had a great time out there. And also this week I had a meeting with the Peconic Baykeeper, which is our landlord of where we're staying and whatnot. And we went over best practices and we went over some stuff. Oh, I got something to show you. Hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. What do we got on? Who's we got on today, Fred? Here, Fred, you can look at the computer.
Oh, yeah.
And then you see we move this around here like this. And then that's about the right spot, right? Where are you?
Non-sophisticated filming.
Yeah, we're going back in the Stone Ages. I have not had time yet to get, just been so deep and busy that I haven't been able to get the time to rent that camera that I was talking about. We're working on it.
No, I'm not dumping the Yeti cup because it's the best cup made. I don't care what anybody says. And I was gonna shoot a hole through it, but then I changed my mind. I'm gonna put an NRA sticker on it. My buddy's getting me NRA stickers. So that's it with the cup. $7-11 cups ain't worth a crap. In the wintertime, this can sit on the dashboard until 12 o'clock and still be hot.
What happened? NRA? The NRA is
Well,
not supporting Yeti anymore, or something like that? I didn't hear anything about that.
NRA is not supporting Yeti, and so all the people are shooting the cups and
Oh, I haven't seen any of that.
blowing the coolers up. And,
Really?
Oh yeah, $400 coolers. They're blowing them up.
That's stupid.
I know. So that's what I just said. This is the best cup made. There's no question about it.
I don't like the lid. I don't go.
I like the lid because I have the mechanical, magnetic cover on it. So.
Let me see that. Let me see that part. Oh, all right. That's an improvement. You had to buy that extra.
$9.
Just for fucking, just for a lid.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but I don't care. It's a good product, and you know, it's just too bad that they have to be screwing with the NRA. That's paper, garbage.
Down the hatch. 1, 2, 3.
So I'm gonna put
whole thing filled up, complete, refill, $1.30.
Yeah,
$9 for the lid.
Yeah, but But how long have I had this?
You have. I'm making fun of them.
Yeah.
The cup is good.
Plus, it predicts the weather.
Magically. Snowfall amount of inch.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna put NRA stickers on it.
All right. Hey, that's cool. I didn't hear anything about that until just now. That's the first one. All right, so anyway, we were at the Peconic Baykeeper. One of the things with the Peconic Baykeeper, one of the things with myself, okay, I am totally new to this oyster thing, and you know what? There's a lot of people out there that are totally new to the oyster thing. But, you know, I've hung around the bay, and I kind of checked this out, and I've been working with my buddy Paul over here, who has been teaching me an immense amount. There are various different things that you have to worry about, i.e. predators and disease.
Poachers.
Poachers you have to worry about, but that goes without it. So we talked at the Peconic Baykeepers meeting about best practices, and they went into an 80-pound, they had an 80-page, which I already read and downloaded a while ago, best practices by the East Coast Shellfish Association. And we went through that. So anyway, we were talking about various different stuff, and they gave me these 3 beautiful pamphlets that are vinyl, and they talk really interesting stuff. This is put out by the Cape Cod Cooperative Extension, which is a cousin of the New York Cornell Cooperative Extension, and we were talking, and it was just a great little pamphlet. It's got the anatomy of an oyster right on there, so you can see what the heck is going on. It tells about the diseases that there could be. Juvenile oyster disease, dermo, MSX is one of the diseases.
Bad.
Really bad. And you could see how ugly and nasty. And I mean, would you eat that? Look at that. That oyster's ugly looking, man. So
the only thing that's going to stop us is death rate. Nothing's going to stop us except
what? Oh, you think red tide?
Something to kill them, right?
Right. A disease or something like that.
That nothing else is going to stop us.
And even then, we're going to be able to manage it because of the fact that we're going to have our hands on those oysters pretty regularly.
We'll pull them out of there and move them.
If we have to, or clean them, or there's various different stuff that you have to worry about. MSK, it's very interesting about what they talked about MSK. How did that get introduced into our area? It's not produced. Believe it or not, the theory is that it came on the bottom of World War II ships coming into Chesapeake Bay.
That's possible, but a lot of it came from transplant things from other places.
Well, there's talk about other diseases that are from because people took shellfish from someplace else and put it into our spot and it got screwed up, meaning our area, out of the state, out of country, all of the above. So that was really, disease is critical that we don't pass it on. One of the ways too, keeping disease and stuff like that kind of stuff out is keeping them oysters cold. Vibrio is one of the other things that you can get sick from eating.
I got sick from eating.
Yep, very recently you did too.
Yeah.
So, predators. They talk about predators. The other brochure. Predators.
But a lot of times when people get sick, it's not because of the oyster. It's because of the handling of the oyster. It's because the bacteria, it wasn't handled correctly, and the bacteria grew on the bag, or it grew on the container, or it grew in the cooler, or whatever. It has nothing to do with the oyster. So the oyster is the downside bad culprit of the whole. It's blamed on the oyster, but it's a lot of times it's blamed on the handler. It's the handler's problem. It's not the oyster per se being.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. It's It's very important to keep your stuff cold. The temperature goes up. The disease also skyrockets.
Right.
It is DEC regulation that all harvesting must be done in the shade. You must have some sort of a shade over top of your boat when you're harvesting. They can only be out of the water for XYZ amount of time. They have to, personally myself, our policy is going to be trying to keep them at 50 degrees. You don't have to keep them quite that low. I think the standard on boat is 65, but whatever the lowest standard, the lowest is 50 degrees, and that is like when the inspector comes to your store, to your shellfish store, or your this or your that, they're going to be checking for 50 degrees. If they don't have 50 degrees, they're going to get cut. But then again, it could be our oyster that's getting above 50 degrees. And then they track it, because we have to put tags on every single, not every single oyster, but every single bag of oyster that comes out. So there is a lot of stuff. Years and years ago, you used to only eat oysters in the cold months, or November. Our months. Nowadays, it doesn't matter. We're harvesting year round. We're harvesting big right now. There is some serious growth going on right now. All of a sudden, it just hit like a ton of bricks. The weather got nice. The water got a little bit warmer. Documentation is also kind of a big key. What is the temperature of the water on a regular basis? At least once a week, we should be documenting and keeping that in control, because that way you can see where you're going down the road for the following year.
Logbook.
Yeah, exactly, a logbook. How much, what you did that day, what the temperature was, where your wind, the tide, where the oysters were grown within the site. Remember now, we got 5 acres. 5 acres is rough from the center point. Is 250 feet all the way around. So we got basically a football field each way, all the way around.
The years ago when I used to clam, they put the clams in burlap bags, like a cloth bag. And what would happen is the clams in the summertime, the clams they'd know they were out of the water and they were starting to get hot, so that they'd start to gap, and then some of the juice of the clam would come out and it would get on the bag, and then the bacteria would breed on the bag. So in the 80s, they made them use the onion bags because the onion
Nylon.
bags will dry. The burlap bags, they never dried out, and the bacteria just grew like crazy. I mean, it only took them 100 years to figure that out.
Archaic.
Yeah, exactly.
Archaic. That's the other thing. You can't let your oysters in standing water. You can't do, you know. There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
So that, but you know what? As long as you got your systems down, and you know, I'm a system specialist myself. I mean, it's like, you know, that's what
You can't tumble them before you sell them because you'll break the lip off, and then they'll bleed in the container.
And they'll dry out.
And they'll dry out,
and the chef isn't going to like it. So,
right.
So what we have to do is we have to make sure that we keep a schedule going of what our oysters are doing. Now, if you remember correctly about when we did the Cage the Beast thing, we have the 3 levels. So we keep the bigger ones on the top. So now when we pull that cage out, and these ones, everybody gets tumbled. But if we needed to harvest, oh no, don't harvest the top ones because those are going to be your biggest ones and all of the above. Wiggles is doing good. Wiggles is inside snoozing. It's raining. Yeah. So, you know, there's a lot of systems to it, but the biggest thing I think that we're going to do, and what's going to keep us going, what's going to keep us making a serious name for ourselves, is the fact that our oysters are going to be uniform in size, shape, and cup. And they're going to look, we're going to try to make them look like identical. All right? There's certain guys out there that they spend a lot of time picking and then taking the other, and we can't afford to do that. We want to do numbers here. We want to do masses. You know, we're not talking about 100,000. We're talking about, goal is 1 million. We want to do 1 million a year. That is the goal. I doubt we'll do that the first year. We want to go slow, start off slow, seed's expensive, blah, 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 blah. You got to get your systems on the money first. And that's where we're going. So today we are working on a winch. We got to talk about what we're doing with our tables because I got to go make a Home Depot run, and that's kind of what we're at.
Yeah, workflow on the boat.
Cage comes up. Where does it go? The reaction. Pests. They talked about pests, and this is some of the stuff that Fred was talking about, such as, where the hell is it? Boring sponge.
Yeah, drills.
Oyster drills. Yeah, that is. The oyster drills actually go into the predator category.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, they drill this little itty hole. Let me see if I got a picture. We are live, Baby G. Somebody was asking about Baby G earlier. There's Baby G now.
Starfish.
Where the heck is it? Where is it on there? It should be on their oyster drill. It looks like a snail. Believe it or not, guys.
Starfish.
There it is. Oyster drill. It's like a snail.
Starfish, they suck the shell open.
They grab onto it.
And then the stomach goes out of the starfish and goes in the oyster and eats it.
Goes right in.
Yeah.
The
alien predator.
Hence, we have to cage the animal that we're growing, or to keep the other guys out. So this is why we put them in cages. It's all good, man. It's all good. It's so we're working on all of these different things together.
Against the law to return a starfish to the water.
Is it?
Yeah.
So if we capture a starfish, it goes in the junk bucket?
Well, we're gonna have them on the outside of the cage,
Be
so we never seen one. When you're pulling a scallop dredge and you fill the dredge up and they're all over the cardboard, technically you got to put them in a basket and bring them and dump them on the ground, or take them and dispose of them. You're not allowed to put them back in the water. And if you rip them,
and whatever you do, don't chop them up.
Because if you chop them up, each leg grows a new body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
them things are nasty.
starfish they're cute and cuddly and everything, but they're not good for the oyster. That is
They're
for
not
sure.
good for any shellfish.
What's that? Nothing in there really. If you throw some coffee in the thing, I put water in it, you can actually fill it up and run it, and it'll go. It's ready to go.
Those and conchs.
Conch is another one, but conchs you can sell. If you can capture the conch, you put a conch pot out, maybe put a conch pot out around the perimeter. So that way we catch the conchs, and then the conchs don't go into the... But again, the conchs aren't going to get into the cage.
No.
And the cage is coming out of the drink with a little hopefully, the plan every week to 2, every other week, something in that kind of neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that. So it's getting exciting.
It's exciting.
What else? What else? What else? What else? Well, I got the fuel line fittings here. I got some of that going. But I don't know. What do you think? What would be your estimation, Fred, of when the boat gets in the water? The next 2 before we get the boat up to our site.
Depends on the weather.
Depends on the weather. All right. So if the weather is good and this and that, do you think we could have this sucker in the water in a month?
Yeah, it has to be in the water in a month, I'd
I agree. So our goal is to have it in the water for a month. And once we get the thing in the water, then it's a whole nother ball game.
say. We got a lot of fiberglass on those tables and stuff.
Yeah, but it's going to be quick. It's not. Once you get
Pick a day.
what? Yes, I'm working on that. I'm working on that today and whatnot. Yeah, absolutely. So that's about that. Jim Frozen had a frost last night. Holy smokes.
That sucks.
Jim Frozen says, congratulations, Baby G. Baby G just went through her 5-hour course. It was bad, right? Her 5-hour driving course, because now she's going to be able to get her junior license.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Everybody,
Look out.
Look out. Relinquish your put it in the, do you still sell bike parts? No, I don't, Kevin. No more. Sorry.
We got a bike though.
I
We got 3 bikes.
I got a couple of bikes.
They're for sale.
Everything's for sale.
I got a couple for sale.
This one's for sale too.
That one's for sale.
The Biggie's over here.
No.
The quickie. Say hello. Wave a little bit. There you go. She looked up. So what was that? You know, I gotta be honest with you guys. You know, you guys are talking about the bike shop, and I'll bring it up, but I'm really not really. I don't want to get the bottom line. This time of the year, I'm always shitting a brick because you're loaded to the hilt with inventory.
That you don't want.
$150,000 worth of inventory, you know, no problem.
That nobody wants.
Well, not necessarily.
Well,
What do you mean nobody wants
there's
it?
a good percentage of those bikes that they ram down your throat that nobody wants.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the mandatory aid or whatever the hell it was. Right. That's all other stuff. But you know, you had $150,000 worth of goods that are, you know, whatever it may be. And at this time of the year, the early spring, because the people aren't quite coming out.
Pool floats.
Pool floats. We don't have to deal with those anymore. That's another thing. So consequently, anyway, this time of the year, I would wake up on a Saturday, especially today, and I would look outside, and it would be raining like this. And you guys can go back and think about it. And I might have made a real good look at it. I might have put on a good show, but I was crapping my pants because number one, I got no money because the wintertime is all done. And
No customers. No flat tires.
Number two, the weather is crappy, and now I'm immersing the weather. It's like, oh, and I woke up this morning, I look outside and I go, oh no, it's raining. And then I thought about it for a minute, and I said, you know what?
I don't care.
I don't care. It was a beautiful feeling, Fred. Weird though. Weird.
That's right.
40-something years, you know, it's weird.
Yeah,
It's going to take a little adjustment. It's going to
Right.
it messes with your head a little bit. I'm not going to lie. Okay? It's like, I don't have to, this whole week, I don't have to worry about getting in. It's the weather's cracking. It's starting this, making sure I got the inventory, make sure I got the repair schedule, making sure I don't have to worry about any of that. And it's screwing with your head. But it's all good.
Parts for some dumbasses, friggin' 10-speed.
You can't find.
You can't find the part.
And it's something special.
Right. Oh yeah. $5,000 bike that they corroded the headset into.
Oh, that was last year, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. And then we couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I just was back to 7-Eleven because I had an emergency at the rental at the shop. Actually, the drain pipe at the shop is whatever. You know, 10-speed said it well. 10-speed, the bike hanger. He said it well way back when I told you guys that this is it, guys. We're closing the shop. Everybody's like, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? 10-Speed says, yeah, it's going to be real estate man for you, and it's like, yeah, it is kind of landlord man for you right now, and it all sounds peaches and cream that you're collecting up rent, but you know what? It's got its hassles too. Let me tell you what, it's not all peaches and cream. So give it to him. Good to see you, Jimmy. What's happening? To who? Christmas? I don't know.
We don't eat pizza anymore. It's a good thing.
What? Oh no, we haven't had pizza in a while. One of the things, if we can get this thing, my battery's kind of getting low. Where are we at? We're at 25 minutes. Okay, good. Because I want to try to keep it to a half an hour here today. The marketing is such a key with this whole oyster thing, and there's so many different boutique, I'm going to call them boutiques for lack of a better word, boutique farmers, and they're producing nice stuff. Don't kid yourself. Don't, try them. They're good.
Mark,
Yeah.
is that new coffee grains in there?
No, that's dead.
Oh, I just turned it on. How do I turn it off?
How do you turn it off? You hit the lever.
Everybody's jumping on the bandwagon too. All the wineries, all the microbreweries, any place that serves food, any place. I rode out on the North Fork the last few days ago, and every place had a sign outside. This oyster, Peconic oyster. Every place, every single place had a sign out.
There's multiple different boutique oysters out there, and they're hungry right now. And it goes with so many different things. So what I'd love to be able to do is, like we talked about this, is when the boat is running, the camera's going. It's going to be a live action shot all the time. But during certain times, like maybe within the last half hour, we'll be able to schedule when we're going back in or whatnot. But then we'll start to get serious about a certain show, and we'll be talking about what goes with it. Oyster raw, we'll shuck them on the boat, we'll have a beer on the boat, we'll do a tasting, maybe we'll bring a guest on the boat. Maybe a guest might come paddling up on a surfboard. Who the f knows? But this is kind of where we're going. I'm going towards that eagle cam type of thing that, once the boat is out there on the water, the camera's going to be running. It's going to be a 360 degree, you adjust it, and then when we want to, we'll put on a mic and hit you and talk to you guys. And you'll be scheduled accordingly. There'll be various different places on the boat that you can see where the schedule would be for whatever it may be. But that's my goal.
We're calling the boat Black Bart.
You calling it Black Bart? I was calling it the Maker myself, the Smile Maker.
Black Bart.
We gotta paint it black.
No.
We don't want a black boat. Black boats are not good. Black boats are, that does not give you a good name when you're driving around the bay in a black boat.
No. Blacked out motor.
They don't like that. They just.
Flat black motors. Ooh, they stole that motor. We got the Mercury on.
Oh, we got a Mercury Offshore Edition, the beast of beasts. Yep. 250 horses. Oh yeah.
Gas burner.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out how much of a gas burner.
Our next boat's going to be 40 foot with a turbo diesel in it, and it's going to be soon. Coming soon.
Okay. Yeah, he brings up, some of the people that I follow on our, come over to our Instagram, our Facebook, and our Twitter, by the way. Our Instagram is really where it's at. Anyway, our Instagram, Happy Oyster Instagram, come on over, check it out. There's a couple of people I follow. One of them is Stella Mar Oysters. They're in Greenwich, Connecticut, and whatnot, and oh my goodness, you should see their boat, Fred. Yeah. It's huge, man. It's got this big knuckle crane that comes out. I don't know what it costs to run the thing an hour, but they're pulling up 80,000 oysters in one haul. Woo! Now we're talking, and you put that on board, and then you would work those oysters.
60 cents a piece. Do the math.
If you get the right marketing and you got the right product and you're doing the right thing, you can make a couple of bucks, hopefully. No, you can't do that. You can't take the dump off the side of the boat. You're not allowed to.
Spackle bucket.
You have to have a bucket on board that says human waste.
Yeah.
That's DEC regulation. The DEC is gonna, I guarantee you.
When the man comes, you better have a turd in there.
That's about how long.
That's the best I want to show that turd to the man.
Here,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You open it.
Yeah, stick your hand in there.
Oh, no, you can't be, yeah, no, and you're not going to be able to see that.
On the clambo, we should turn it in the bucket and then toss it overboard. The best.
That's not good. You're not supposed to do that.
I know that.
That's bad. I don't want that fecal coliform on my oysters. You gotta do
Nobody
that way
wants.
on.
Shit, man, that's organic.
Oh, all right. So there you have it. That was a good laugh. What do we got this week? We got this week. We're gonna be doing that.
We're gonna have the mast on there this week.
Okay.
No problem.
All right. All right. I got nothing more. I knew you guys would love to see. When I heard Freddie coming up the door there at just about 10 o'clock, I'm like, oh crap, here we go. Freddie doesn't have what then again. The weather's nasty. Last week Freddie was at your antique show last week, right? Antique Power.
Oh, at the Tractor Club. Yeah.
Tractor Club.
Yeah.
The Tractor Club.
With my doodle bug.
So it's that time of the year. It's getting fun.
Yeah, a lot of stuff on weekends.
And the best part about doing what we do, if we want to do that, that's fine. You know, it's not like, you know, the oysters can wait one day before they get tumbled. If we got something else going on, send some oysters to North County, San Diego.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll ship anywhere.
Absolutely. And you know what? I've done it. I've done the shipping. So somebody was asking me before. Foreman was asking me about shipping and shipping overseas and whatnot, and if I could give him any. I didn't know if he was on or not on. Anyway, I haven't seen him on there, but he was asking before about shipping stuff because I guess he was shipping something to wherever and got killed on the shipping. All out of the country shipping is expensive as all get out. It just is. Okay. Don't ship out of the country is the easiest way to do it. If you are going to ship something out of the country, make sure you email them that there is going to be considerable extra charges. When you tell them that, usually they go away. If they say how much and you tell them, make sure you're on the money, and then they're probably going to say, I don't want it anyway, because that's what we used to have. We did ship some stuff internationally back when we did ship. So that takes care of that. There's no easy way to get around international shipping. It's a bitch, period. Next, priority boxes. Shipping priority via the post office seem to be the best for us towards our end of years. So shipping, I like to use the priority, not the box, the free, if it fits, it ships. I'm just talking about standard, take the dimensions, the weight, priority is probably the way to go. You can ship 4 pounds pretty much. We used to figure all our tire combo kits at $15 is what it costs to ship it. So that was plugged into the number of what it was. Free shipping, there's no such thing as free shipping.
Oh yeah, the feather on wolf. I posted pictures of a Piper Cub on my Facebook page the other day. If that's what you're referring to, there'll be more on that because I'm helping the guy work on it. He's been working on it for like 10 years and he's getting nowhere. And it's a very rare Piper Cub. It has the flathead engine, 36 horsepower or something.
Old Piper Cubs had 36s, didn't they?
No, they have a fucking modern overhead. This has a flathead engine.
The original.
The original Piper Cub.
Yeah.
And it's up here at the airport, and it's a beautiful airplane. It's not yellow. It's gray with markings all over it.
Fabulous.
Yeah, but it's got emblems all over, like military looking. It's very cool.
The Piper Cub is an awesome plane.
And
one behind the other.
Yeah, I'm gonna be posting some more on that Piper Cub as we progress on it.
It is a fly by the seat of your pants type of plane. It's not necessarily something that you would want to go any kind of serious distance with, but they are cool. They are cool. Again, a 36 horsepower engine. It's like there's some lawnmowers that have big engines. It really is. Yeah. But it goes, and it was one of the originals. It's really cool. I've worked on it myself. It's cool stuff.
It's a very cool engine though, with the flatheads on it.
All right, I got nothing more. thanks guys for tuning in today. I love you guys.
Next week you'll see the mask on there.
Next week we'll have the mask on. Next week maybe we'll have some other good stuff that we'll be showing you. Some stuff. I got to work on trying to maybe get somehow to get the Wi-Fi a little bit better out there. But pretty soon we're not going to need that. We're going to be going off of the Frozen. I think what I'm going to need. I don't know. I shouldn't say anything. Probably going to need some sort of a decent laptop computer to be able to pump out that thing for that camera. That's going to have to be somewhat durable. I don't know yet. I don't know the capabilities, so let me get the camera first. I need those 3 days. I need those 3 days rental to find out if this camera is going to do what we need it to do. And I'll use, obviously, the desktop that you built, Frozen, which was also a piece of equipment. And we'll go from there. But it's going to be exciting stuff. Take Howie out on the boat. Nah.
No, Howie called the other day and we missed the call.
Oh, I missed it. I said, Howie, if you're listening, hey, Howie, I love you.
We missed the call.
Keep up the good work. All right, I got nothing more.
And watch out for that guy in Riverhead.
Hit the thumbs up, please.
Yeah.
Come over to our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Facebook. Share it, please. Again, we are still, this channel is really in its infancy. I mean, we were only on like episode maybe 10 or 9 or something like that. This is just the beginning. We're just getting going. We're slowly moving this thing in. If you notice, I haven't built out, you guys are all in on the ground floor. I have not built out the channel at all, meaning there's no about me's, there's no bunch of written stuff, and I'm not organically trying to tag words and this and that. This is all slow. Come over to our Instagram for the most latest up to date. I haven't been posting a lot, but I'm going to start posting a little bit more. So please come over to our Instagram. Please share us with all of your friends. Please give us that thumbs up. Please subscribe. We're working it, baby. And thanks. You guys are all awesome for coming on over. We love all you guys. I thank you guys for your time on a Saturday morning to come and check us out.
Really?
Keep you posted. Love you. We'll talk to you later. Adios.
Cool. All right.
Get to work, will you?
I gotta go.
And
I'm gonna come back later.